going to be sharing with you in this video how to make actual and real change in your life. And I'm not just talking about like a little bit of change and like I'm kind of excited about my life and things are kind of happening, but then you look at your life 6 months from now and you're like kind of the same person. And if somebody was to ask you like, hey, how's your life going? You're like, it's okay, it's going all right. No, I'm talking like actual real change, epic transformation where you don't even recognize who you are, even like, let's just say who you were last week. Like, so last week, you're a completely different person in comparison to who you are now. You're continually transforming. You're epically transforming your life on a consistent basis. Let's talk about exactly how to do that in this video. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you in terms of how to make actual and real change in your life is, number one, you have to want it. Okay, here's the truth. Nobody is gonna change for you. You can watch a motivational video, you can even hire a coach, you can even hire a mentor, you can have all the books, you can have all the information, you can digest everything around you, you can do all the research, but here's the truth. You have to want to change. You have to get to the point where you decide, you know what? I want to become something different. You have to decide that you are going to go in a certain direction. Until you make a choice to become something different, to go in a certain direction, what will happen, and typically many people on the planet unfortunately experience this at this time, is you will recreate very similar experiences over and over and over and over, and you will keep creating this again and again and again and again. Now, the problem with this is that you are not going to have fun. You're not going to enjoy your life. You're going to be quite miserable, to be honest with you. So the solution here is to actually embrace that misery just a little bit and decide that, you know what, I'm done being content. I'm not thinking about being content in a good way, where you truly accept where you are, where you truly are a master of your emotions and being an alchemist, where you embrace your emotions and use it to drive yourself to change, because you can be content in a positive way, so to speak. Not that there's anything wrong at an absolute level, positive or negative, everything just is, of course. But relatively speaking, in terms of helping you to move forward where you want to go and to help you become the person that you want to be, the most important thing is to see that actually you have to want that change 100%. You have to desire that change 100%. You have to get to that point in your life where you see that, you know what, I am not content right now, and I'm going to use this to drive myself to do something more. Because most people are content in a negative way. Again, I say negative because there's nothing wrong, absolutely speaking. Most people are content in a way where they tolerate their reality and they accept their reality, not in the good way, okay? They accept mediocrity and living a reality they do not prefer, right? And that's a huge trap in spirituality, by the way, is to repress your true desires. But we'll talk about that in another video. We're going to get into it just a little bit here. Let me know if you want to see an entire video on the traps of repressing your desires. Leave a comment down below if you want to hear about that. So what was I saying? You have to want it. Okay? You have to want to make actual change. You have to want to become something more. You have to want it. You have to decide that you want it. Nobody's gonna decide for you. You have to want that change. You have to know where you're going. You have to say, I know where I'm going. I know where I want to go. I want to become that person. And then you choose to be it now. It's just as simple as that. But in order to choose to be something now, you have to want it first. So that might sound simple. That might sound quote unquote obvious. but it's, you know, it's obvious, yet a majority of people unfortunately are not stepping into their true purpose and creating their reality as the true divine creators that they are. So I'm here to remind you of the fact that if you want change in your life, you have to want change in your life. If you want, I'm going to say that one more time. If you want change in your life, you have to want to make change in your life. Because you might say to yourself, yes, Francis, I want change. I want to become something more. Yet, do you really want change? Be honest with yourself. Or do you want to just keep doing the same things? I'll be honest with myself here right now, and I'll be honest with you. There's been times in my life where I was okay with mediocrity. And I just accepted that. Not in a good way, but that was where I was at. And then I realized that, wait a second, this is not what I really want. But of course, on some level, I wanted that. Otherwise, I would already be who I wanted to be. So the most important thing is to be honest with yourself in terms of perhaps admit to yourself that you don't want change. Just admit it. I don't want change. I'm happy being in a mediocre state. But then that self-honesty can lead you to actually bring up that trigger and bring up that emotional state within you to then really create that actual change. So step one is you have to want it. You have to actually want that change. Now, number two, the second thing that I want to share with you in terms of how to make actual and real change in your life is number two, to be committed to a vision. All right? You have to commit to a vision. Look, I'm sorry to tell you, most people don't want to hear it, but I'm not here to always tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you actually need, what your spirit really wants, even if you're not conscious of it yet, right? You might not be conscious of the fact that you want something, but I'm here to tell you that sometimes we don't know we want. Somebody can see something, and I'm here to tell you that maybe you think you don't want to be committed to a vision, but you do want to be committed to a vision. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because when we are not committed in a certain direction, you know what this does? This fragments our energy. We become, I always make this analogy because I think it's pretty hilariously, epically funny, but also kind of epically accurate, is that what we do is we act like flying bags in the wind. Okay, that's what most people are. Is that what you want to be? Do you want to be a flying bag in the wind? Undecided where it's going, not knowing where you're going. It's just flying around, flailing around, and you're just derping along and you don't even know. It's just you're a flying man. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm going. Is that what you want with your life? Do you want to be a flying bag in the wind? or do you want to actually know what you want? See, if you know what you want, you're committed to a vision. If you don't know what you want, somebody has decided for you where you're going. See, when you're not committed in a certain direction, you're still committed in a certain direction, but you're committed in the direction of not being committed in a certain direction. That's still a choice, right? It's still a choice to tell yourself that I'm not making a choice and I don't know what I want to do with my life. That's a choice, okay? We need to start to take responsibility of our life and understand that to give our power away is a choice. Now, somebody might argue that on some level it is not a choice because there's not enough consciousness to be aware that we're doing this. But once you realize that you can make a choice, from that point on, you need to understand, you don't need to understand anything, but I want you to understand that if you make a choice to not be committed, you are making a choice to not be committed. And that is still a choice. And that choice is going to slow you down. It is not going to support you in making the real epic changes that you want to see in your reality. It's just not going to support you. So the key is to be committed in a certain direction, to have some level of commitment and focus in a certain direction, and what you will find is that things start to move forward in your reality. Now, of course, you can make sure that you commit to only things that your heart really wants, that you genuinely resonate with. I would never encourage you to commit to something that your heart doesn't actually want and to do it because somebody told you or because you believe you have to. It's like, oh, I have to do this, so I'm gonna do it because somebody told me, because Francis said in a video, and if I don't do this, then well, screw all of that. What do you really want? Commit to that fully. Number 3, the third and final thing that I want to share with you in this video, I'm going to make it very short, powerful, and concise, how to make actual and real change in your life, is to be done with what I call derping. Okay, what is derping? Derping is about 99.9% of people, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know, that's just what's coming through right now. It's what's flowing through me. I hope it's not 99.9% with the awakening that's happening on the planet. I hope that at this point it's more, but yes, a majority of people, unfortunately, are derping their way through life. Now, what does it mean to derp? It means like, I'm not really excited about my life. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going through life and I don't really know. I'm undecided. Maybe I'll just let somebody decide for me. And then, let's just say I would have I would be in a conversation with you and I would say, hey, how is your life going? Are you excited? It's like, yeah, I'm pretty excited. You know, I like my life a lot. It's like, do you? Do you really like your life? Or are you just saying that? Now, here's the thing. If we lie to others, we are lying to ourselves. This is why when somebody gives me a response like that and they say they're excited and they're not, I can from a mile away see that they're lying to themselves. And they're lying to me unconsciously because they're lying to themselves. Now, this is what it means to be a derp, to be in a derp state. So just going through life, just kind of derping along. Now, the key to make actual and real change in your life is to be done with derping. No more derping. You have to be done with that. You have to be done. You have to decide, I am no longer going to be a derp. Just moving along, you know, uncommitted in a certain direction, not really knowing what I want. Like, screw all of that. When are you going to get to the point when you decide who you're going to be, what you want to be? When does that happen? 5 more years of derping? 10 more years of derping? 15, 20? Perhaps even you live to the very end of your life and you don't create what you want. Is that what you want to see happen? Do you want to see that happen? Look, I'm being real here because unfortunately, many people believe that it's guaranteed that they will create their reality. Now, of course, at an absolute level, you're bound to live into your vision, maybe not in this lifetime, in another lifetime, however many lifetimes of derping, if you believe in that. Of course, I believe that, you know, we live through many lifetimes, and if we're stuck in a consciousness loop, and then somehow we exit this reality in that loop because, you know, we chose to do so unconsciously. Now, we didn't choose to exit on our terms, we chose to exit on unconscious terms. Now, we'll save that for another video. Now, on some level, I do believe we're going to keep reincarnating over and 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 over again and again, repeating the exact same similar experiences over and over and over, becoming more challenging, more dense, more contracted, until we decide that we're done doing that. So my question to you is, when do you decide that you're done doing that? Do you want to wait another year of just coasting along, letting somebody decide for you how your reality is going to go? When are you going to decide that I choose how my reality goes? When is that going to happen? See, you can make that choice now. Perhaps this video is motivating to help you to step into that space. I hope it is, because that is what sometimes we need, is an outside perspective to remind us. Of course, it's all us and it's another reflection of who we really are, but it's, you know, a reminder that, you know what, we need to stop derping. We need to stop derping around through life and just being a derp, herpty derp derp, doing the same things. Stop that right now. Stop being a derp. Just stop it. So that is one of the powerful solutions you can incorporate into your life to make actual and real change in your life, is be done with derping. Be done with being content in that negative sense that I mean. Of course, absolutely, once again, it's all good. It is all good, but it's not all good. You know, it's not all good, because sometimes we derp around and we don't create what we want, and we wait for life to become very challenging before we finally make change. Why wait for life to become very challenging? Why not take responsibility before being a derp for another 10 years or 15 years or perhaps many lifetimes, if you believe in that? Why not take responsibility right now for the fact that you are a divine creator of your reality and you can make epic change in your life? And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well. Also, please hit that like button for me so that more people can get access to this content, because I do believe that every single person on this planet does deserve to know that they are the creators of their reality and that they can manifest the reality and do so in the most effortless and easiest way possible, helping themselves, helping others in the process as well. Hitting that like button does help the YouTube algorithm push the videos out to more people, and that would be greatly appreciated. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.